Welcome back to Empowerment Unleashed. I'm Mason Ali. It's great to have you here for episode 2. Let's dive deeper into personal growth. In episode 1, we discussed the CTFAR model. We challenged limiting beliefs. Overcoming mental barriers is key. Today we're focusing on self-awareness. It builds on what we learned. What exactly is self-awareness? It's the ability to look within. It's about honestly observing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. We become conscious of our inner world. Self-awareness is about understanding our reactions. Why do we feel a certain way in specific situations? What triggers our emotions? This understanding is crucial. It allows us to take control of our responses. Imagine a mirror reflecting our true selves. Self-awareness is that mirror. It reveals our strengths and weaknesses. It shows us our values and beliefs. It helps us see ourselves clearly. This journey inward can be challenging. It requires courage and honesty. We must be willing to face both our light and our shadow, but the rewards are immense. Self-awareness is the key to unlocking our potential. When we know ourselves deeply, we can make conscious choices. We can align our actions with our values. It empowers us to break free from limiting patterns. We can stop reacting automatically to situations. Instead, we can choose responses that serve us better. Self-awareness is the foundation for growth in all areas of life. It enhances our relationships. It improves our decision-making. It leads to greater fulfillment and purpose. In this episode, we'll explore practical steps to cultivate self-awareness. Get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery. Let's unlock the power within. Self-awareness is a journey of inner exploration. It's about turning our attention inward. We begin to observe our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. We become conscious witnesses to our inner world. Think of it as developing an inner observer. This observer doesn't judge. It simply notices. It observes our thoughts without getting carried away by them. It acknowledges our emotions without being overwhelmed. This practice allows us to create a space between our experiences and our reactions. We learn to pause before reacting. In that pause lies our power. We can choose how we respond. Self-awareness is a skill. It's like a muscle that grows stronger with practice. The more we observe ourselves, the more aware we become. Have you ever reacted to a situation in a way you later regretted? Self-awareness helps us understand those reactions. It allows us to see the thought patterns that drive our behavior. A circumstance triggers a thought. That thought creates a feeling. That feeling leads to an action, and that action produces a result. Self-awareness helps us see this chain reaction in real time. Self-awareness involves identifying our core values. Our values are our guiding principles. They shape our choices and actions. Living in alignment with our values brings peace and fulfillment. Reflect on what truly matters to you. What are the principles you want to live by? Write down your top 5 core values. Imagine you're sailing across an ocean. The vastness stretches before you. Without a compass, you'd be lost. Values are like our internal compass. They provide direction in the journey of life. They guide our decisions. They shape our relationships. They influence how we interact with the world. When we live in alignment with our values, we feel a sense of purpose. Our values are deeply personal. What matters most to one person might differ from another. There's no right or wrong set of values. The key is to identify what truly resonates with you. Think of values as guiding stars. They light our path. They help us navigate challenges. They guide us toward a life that feels authentic and meaningful. Section 2. Identifying your core values. How do we uncover our core values? It starts with introspection. It's about tuning into our inner voice, what truly matters to us. Start by reflecting on moments when you felt truly alive. What were you doing? What values were present in those moments? Were you expressing creativity? Were you connecting with loved ones? Consider times when you felt a sense of unease or dissonance. What values were compromised in those situations? Were you being dishonest? Were you acting against your integrity? Don't overthink it. Write down any words that come to mind when you think about your values. Some common values include honesty, integrity, kindness, courage, creativity, growth, and love. Section 3. Living in alignment. Once we identify our core values, the next step is to live in alignment with them. This means making choices that reflect our values. It means acting in ways that feel true to who we are. Living in alignment can bring a sense of peace and fulfillment. Our actions feel purposeful. Our lives have meaning. We feel a sense of integrity. Of course, living in alignment with our values isn't always easy. Life throws challenges our way. We might face situations where our values are tested. But when we're grounded in our values, we have an inner compass to guide us. We can navigate difficult situations with greater clarity and strength. Section 4. Values and decision making. Values play a crucial role in decision making. Ask yourself, which option aligns with my values? This question can provide clarity. A high-paying job with long hours might conflict with family values, but if you value financial security, it might align perfectly. It's about making choices that feel right for you. Aligning decisions with values creates an authentic life. We've explored the importance of values. Now let's delve into a topic that often holds us back: limiting beliefs. These beliefs reside within us. They can cast shadows on our potential. Limiting beliefs are those negative thoughts. They whisper doubts in our ears. They tell us we're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. They can sabotage our efforts. These beliefs often stem from our past. Maybe we were told as children that we weren't talented. Perhaps we experienced failures that made us question our abilities. Over time, these negative experiences can shape our beliefs. Limiting beliefs are like weeds in a garden. They can choke the growth of our dreams. They prevent us from blossoming into our full potential. But we have the power to uproot them. The first step to overcoming limiting beliefs is awareness. We must shine a light on these beliefs. We need to see them for what they are, simply thoughts, not truths. Start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. What are those recurring negative thoughts? What stories are you telling yourself? Write them down in your journal. Seeing them on paper can be eye-opening. Common limiting beliefs include, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I'm not worthy of love, or I'm too old or too young to pursue my dreams. Recognize any of these. Remember, just because we think something doesn't make it true. Thoughts are just thoughts. They don't define us unless we allow them to. We have the power to choose different thoughts. Once we identify our limiting beliefs, we can start to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Often our limiting beliefs are based on fear, not fact. What successes have I had in my life? When we focus on our strengths, we build confidence. What we believe about ourselves shapes our reality. Transforming limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs is an ongoing process. It requires conscious effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. Start by replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Instead of I can't do this, try I am capable of learning and growing. Instead of I'm not worthy, affirm I am worthy of love and happiness. Surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with people who uplift you. Read books and listen to podcasts that inspire you. Feed your mind with positive messages. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You have the power to choose which thoughts you focus on. Choose thoughts that empower you. Choose thoughts that help you grow. Choose thoughts that align with the best version of yourself. We've talked about limiting beliefs. Now let's explore emotional triggers. These triggers are like emotional buttons. Certain situations or people can push these buttons. We might react in surprising ways. Emotional triggers can be anything: a harsh tone, a critical comment, a past experience. We might feel anger, sadness, or anxiety. Reactions might seem out of proportion. Think about a strong emotional reaction. What happened just before? Who was involved? Identifying patterns helps recognize triggers. This awareness is key. We can learn to manage them. We can choose how we respond. Why do we have emotional triggers? It's part of our survival mechanism. Our brains are wired to keep us safe. The amygdala processes emotions and triggers a fight or flight response. Our bodies prepare to react quickly. We might lash out, withdraw, or freeze. In modern life, many triggers aren't life-threatening. Self-awareness allows us to pause before reacting. Section 3. Managing your triggers. Managing emotional triggers is an ongoing practice. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. One powerful tool is mindfulness. When triggered, take deep breaths. Observe thoughts and emotions without judgment. Reframe your thoughts. Self-care is essential. Take care of yourself to handle stress better. It's about taking back our power. Section 1, self-awareness in relationships. Self-awareness is crucial for personal growth. It also plays a vital role in our relationships. When we understand ourselves, we can show up more authentically with others. We can build stronger and healthier connections. Think about your relationships. How do you typically interact? Are you able to express your needs and feelings openly? Do you set healthy boundaries? Self-awareness illuminates these patterns. Often we bring our past experience into our present relationships. We might react to situations based on unresolved hurts or insecurities. Self-awareness helps us identify these patterns. By understanding our own triggers and emotional baggage, we can take responsibility for our actions. We can stop blaming others for our reactions. This shift in perspective is crucial for building healthier relationships. Section 2, recognizing patterns, setting boundaries. Self-awareness helps us recognize unhealthy patterns in our relationships. Do we tend to attract partners who are emotionally unavailable? Do we struggle to say no, even when it compromises our well-being? These patterns often stem from deep-seated beliefs about ourselves. We might believe we're not worthy of love or respect. We might fear conflict or rejection. Self-awareness allows us to challenge these beliefs. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for any relationship. Boundaries are limits we set to protect our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. They communicate what we will and will not tolerate. When we're self-aware, we can identify when our boundaries are being crossed. We can communicate our needs assertively. We can choose to walk away from relationships that consistently disregard our boundaries. Section 3, authentic relating. Self-awareness allows us to relate to others from a place of authenticity. We can show up as our true selves without pretense or masks. We can express our thoughts and feelings openly and honestly. Authenticity fosters deeper connections. When we're genuine, we invite others to be genuine with us. We create a safe space for vulnerability and intimacy. We build trust. It's also important to remember that self-awareness is an ongoing journey. We're constantly learning and evolving. As we change, our relationships might change too. That's okay. Embrace the journey. Be patient with yourself and others. Communicate openly. And most importantly, be kind. Building healthy relationships takes time, effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable. Section 1, the journey inward. This episode dives into self-awareness. It's about unlocking our potential and creating a fulfilling life. A journey inward, requiring courage and honesty, understanding our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, recognizing core values and limiting beliefs, becoming aware of emotional triggers, developing healthy coping mechanisms. Self-awareness is about acceptance, embracing strengths and weaknesses with compassion, showing up as our authentic selves. This journey is lifelong. The rewards are immeasurable. Cultivating peace, purpose, and joy. Practical steps for cultivating self-awareness. Cultivating self-awareness is an ongoing practice. Integrate small, consistent actions into daily life. Start with journaling and mindfulness. Reflect on thoughts and feelings. Notice patterns and triggers. Use your journal for self-discovery. Practice being present. Pay attention to breath and surroundings. Notice thoughts without judgment. Mindfulness quiets the mind. Observe your inner dialogue. Choose empowering thoughts. Experiment with different practices. Be patient with yourself. Self-awareness is a journey. Section 3. Embracing the power within. You have everything you need within you to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Self-awareness unlocks that potential. Understand yourself deeply to make conscious choices. Set healthy boundaries. Build stronger relationships. Live a life that aligns with your values. Embrace the journey. Embrace the power within. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Empowerment Unleashed.